Hi, my name's Leanne Mobley, and I was part of the curriculum design team for Pacific Northwest Pets this year. I so enjoyed getting to meet some of you, see you on Zoom each week, and hear some of your club stories and ideas for that you want to take back to your clubs. You made a huge personal investment in your training this year, and your club is going to be the beneficiary of that over the next year. So I want to thank you again for all of your time investment. That last week at PETS, your facilitator mentioned that in order to maintain the momentum that was created at PETS, you would be meeting with your club's assistant governor to develop and implement an action plan for 2021-22. And actually, your assistant governor is receiving training on March 6th to better understand their role in supporting you all around the four priorities. I've put together a suggested template that you can use for that activity, and I want to share that with you briefly now. I certainly acknowledge that there are more strategic planning guides out there, formats and forms that you're more familiar, more comfortable with. This is not meant to be a document that you must use to do that. So let me run you through this quickly. You see the row that I've highlighted here. These are some prompting questions to get you thinking. And what would be a priority, an issue, a concept that you think needs to be addressed this year that's really going to strengthen your club and bring it more vibrancy? Then ask yourself, what's the best thing that could happen this year if that came to fruition? What are some of the challenges of getting that done? And then how are you going to turn those challenges into opportunities? And always, I think it's appropriate to ask ourselves the question, if we end up not doing anything, what's the cost of our inaction? And finally, in the last column there, you see what's my timeline to doing this and who's going to be available to help me. I put together a couple of examples here that I would like to share with you just to really make sure you understand how this form was intended to be used. So Club A here really needs a new fundraiser. Due to the 2 years now with COVID, they have been unable to do any fundraisers to raise money for their service projects. So they've identified that need, and were they successful, they anticipate raising $10,000 towards their service work. By doing that, it would certainly strengthen or increase their club branding in the community, and always has that opportunity to bring in some new members. What are the challenges to getting that done? Well, the obvious one is they need some ideas to do that. Then they would need a chair, a committee developed around that, and then a budget developed to support those expenses. How are you going to change those, turn those challenges into opportunities? Well, you would need to affirm the vision with your incoming board, and then at the appropriate time share that goal with your members for them to affirm. The suggestion here is to take 3 or more members to a district training assembly where there actually may be a fundraising session going on that would get some ideas for them to bring back to your club. It'd be important to have a timeline, and then looking at community partners like we talked about at PETS, who in the community, other Rotary clubs or non-Rotary clubs, that could help you achieve your success with this. If there is inaction this year and nothing happens, what's the cost of that? Obviously you would continue to spend down your corpus if you continue to do service projects, and that's going to limit the ones into the future even more severely. What's your suggested timeline here? Finding out what that date is for the club training assembly and getting your members registered for that would be a necessity. And then getting your board together, possibly even in a retreat format, to give you some more time to get into the detail and develop some ideas, then taking that back to your club membership in early July when you take over as club president and present that to the members. Here's Club B, and they are a very connected club, but over time, because they've all been in for so long and know each other so well, it's sort of evolved more to a social club instead of a service club. So they would like to resurrect that service element within their club. What that's going to do for them is strengthen the Rotary name in their community, bring them more recognition. Again, could bring in like-minded, more diverse members that would help them expand their service work. Social media is ever present now, so getting a media person to help them with this is going to be important. And then developing those relationships with non-Rotary organizations in the community. Something similar we talked about at PETS would be another challenge to getting this done, getting the club members to buy in, and it may be just as simple as even creating awareness that there is a problem that needs to be addressed. What do you need to do to change those challenges into opportunities? Possibly hire a student that's going to provide that tech support for you, which means that you would need to put a budget in place. Doing a community fireside gives you an opportunity to share your story in the community, as well as seek partners who would want to support your purpose and help make that happen. Creating that timeline and plan to action is going to be necessary, and again, it may even benefit you and your club to do a visioning about this. If nothing happens, again, what happens if nothing is done this year? Over time, members are going, just through natural attrition, are going to decrease, and the club can become stagnant. That's going to decrease the amount of operating funds that the club has available, and even going to make it more difficult to identify future officers going forward. So timeline and who can help you with this. Again, you're not a committee of one, so looking at your your governing board for this, introducing it to the club early in July, developing that budget line in your incoming budget. And because this may be a longer term adaptation for the club, it's getting the president who follows you to buy in and be a part of the process, so that there is collaboration and consistency over 2 years in order to institute this change. So there's a couple of ideas for you, and again, all around the 4 priorities for your club and for Rotary to move us into the future of increasing our impact, expanding our reach, enhancing participant engagement, and increasing our ability to adapt in the new world. I will let you know that all of the comments that you made during the breakout sessions during the 4 weeks of PETS, I've collated those and put them all together for you, and they are now posted on the Pacific Northwest PETS website by priority, so you can go back and pull all those out if you'd like to refresh some of the ideas that you heard. I will remain available as a resource to you. If I have included my email on this page as well. So at this point, I wish you well, and I thank you for all of your energy and efforts you've put into preparing for your year of service to your club, and I truly wish you well. Thank you.